So I have a bit to write or say about sexual energy, prana. Um, I'm preparing for ceremony right now, 12/12, the intentional portal. So anybody out there that's listening to this, please on 12/12, um, hold that thought, whatever your intentions are and what you'd like to see in the world, your manifestations, please hold them. It's unity consciousness. That's why the East pray and they go into sound. They become each other. So if everybody holds that thought, the portal will. But anyway, so I'm preparing for ceremony, and your dieta for ayahuasca. This is my 5th time doing ayahuasca, and the previous 4 times in Peru, I'm really grateful that I followed my dieta. I had no sex, and I followed the strict diet food-wise, and the sex part was like really imperative because it's like the sexual energy is like a protective thing, and you're being bombarded with other people's energy, and you want to be able to cultivate your own and just kind of, I get this best way I could describe it. It kind of barriers it. It kind of like keeps you. It's like, you ever notice that when you're really, really, really like when you're creative, you get really, really like super like kind of horny, and it's like your kundalini, the energy, like, and so when you're having sex with other people, many people, I don't know if they're aware of the fact like you're exchanging energy, you're exchanging DNA. I mean, DNA alone is like genetic code and information about you that you've stored about yourself, and so you're exchanging bodily fluids, so you're getting their DNA. So scientifically, that explains like kind of like sexual karma and everything else. But I mean, there's also energy. Like when a creepy motherfucker walks in the room, like if Hitler were to walk in the room, you'd feel that dude. And the same thing about like everybody else. Like you're constantly putting out this energy, and so yeah, you're absorbing other people's energy, and so I'm not supposed to have any sex, and I'm going in this ceremony with my twin flame, and she's definitely she's not too high right now vibrationally. I'm like way up here, and she's like she's like the yang, and I'm like yee, and I'm starting to feel like my kundalini like get really activated, and like me get really, really like love and light, and really like really happy. And so with that comes sex, and I'm like, well, there's a boundary here that they've put on this. Like, I know I'm not supposed to have sex with another person. I mean, anybody. I shouldn't even be even masturbating, and that's the boundary. But I'm one to be notorious for pushing boundaries or testing boundaries, and I've come to this place in my personal development of self-actualization where I'm creating myself, and I'm going to test that boundary, and I'm going to push that boundary, and I'm not going to go out and have sex with anybody else because I don't want to absorb their karma and all their stuff, because even the minute I touch, like, my twin flame, I'm out her stuff that she's got stored inside her. She's literally got energy, and I don't. And so I started masturbating because, I don't know, got a lot of energy, and I found this, that I'm actually, when I made love to my ex-partner, like, she would say, I love you, and I would feel that feeling. So I started practicing during this masturbation, like telling myself I love myself. And I found that I'm like cultivating my own prana, like as I'm having an orgasm and I'm telling myself I love myself, I'm literally filling myself. It's almost like a tuning fork, like the with the Egyptians, how they'd have the ankh, and so I'm ankhing my own energy into me, because like when you have sex with someone else, like you're gonna put the energy into them, and like they're gonna put it back in you. I mean, in my twin flame, when I touch her, I feel it on me, and when she touched me, she feel it on her, and so removing her out of the picture, I just started to, like, knowing that instead of cycling in and out of each other, I'm just gonna cycle through myself. And so as I'm masturbating, I'm telling myself that I love myself. But see, the thing is I actually have to really love myself, and I have to actually really believe that and like feel that. Because someone can tell you you love them, but if you don't believe it and you don't feel it, if you don't love yourself, it's really hard to accept the amount like love from anyone else. Like, because we only accept the amount of love that we think we deserve. So I think that's really important to know that, like, if you love yourself, then you can literally like cultivate your own prana and just like circulate it. And as I'm doing that, and as I'm telling myself I love myself, I feel myself getting, like, instead of drained of sexual energy, I'm getting filled, and I'm literally getting like more energized and more like building more love energy. Like, so yeah, that's really all I've got on this topic. But I just found it interesting that I'm basically healing myself, not needing anybody else to love me. I've stepped into self-love, and I actually believe that I love myself. Like, I believe that I'm great, and it's been a work in progress. I come from hell. Okay, let me just tell you, I come from a place where you're told you're a piece of shit daily, and that hasn't changed much. I went back to visit them recently, so done a lot of work to come to this place of unconditional love for myself, as well as everyone else and everything else. Everyone else was easy. It was me, and that's the case for everybody else. But there's a lot of conditions placed on our love, like what love's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to feel like. Like, it's not supposed to feel bad ever or any of that. It's just all bullshit. There's so many facets of love, and yeah. So that's where I'm at with that, and whoever gets this message is posted. Thanks for listening.